Let's leave California. I want to focus our efforts now in the Twin Cities region, heading out now to Fox 9 in Minneapolis. That is where a state senator, her name Nicole Mitchell, her burglary trial today entering its fourth day, with the defense continuing to present its case. Now, if you haven't heard of this story just yet, get a load of this. This is what Mitchell is accused of. She faces a count of first-degree burglary and possession of burglary tools for allegedly breaking into her stepmother's home last year. Our friend and colleague there at Fox 9 in Minneapolis, reporter Paul Blume, he's on this story today. He joins me. Paul, good to see you here. What more do we need to know? How did this all happen?
Well, this case goes back a year plus, April of last year. Fascinating case. It's unfolding. It's got political implications, of course, in our divided Minnesota State Senate. Nicole Mitchell is a suburban St. Paul lawmaker, a senator. The Democrats, she's a DFL, a Democratic lawmaker. Right now, the Democrats have a one-seat advantage in our state capital, and she, in essence, is that sort of deciding vote. So she has stayed on. There have been efforts by Republicans to oust her from her seat. But basically a year ago, plus, again, April last year, she drives up from her suburban St. Paul home some 200 miles up north to her stepmother's house. Her dad had died a year prior. And she now claims that this was a welfare check. Her stepmother had recently been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Communication had been cut off. There were some hard feelings about a funeral and the interment of ashes on the year anniversary of the death. And then she basically dresses in, there's no other way to put it, sort of burglar clothes, all dressed in black stocking cap. She's got a flashlight that's been modified with a sock to control the light. And then she, in essence, is caught in the basement of her stepmother, and she tells authorities there, we've seen the body camera footage this week, that she was there to just pick up some of her dad's belongings, some mementos, a flannel shirt she talks about, photographs. She is now telling authorities a slightly different story, that this was really all about a welfare check. There was no other way to do this but to pry open a downstairs basement window and get into the house at 4:45 a.m. and check on the stepmother. The stepmom would call police. Again, she's caught red-handed basically in the basement. Really jarring video to see a sitting state lawmaker dressed in black, hands up, being arrested in the basement of her stepmother's home. It's a fascinating case as it relates to the Capitol, but at the heart of it, Andrew, is really sort of a sad and tragic family story, but it has gotten so big. Again, the prosecutor charging 2 counts of burglary, as you mentioned.
Yeah, and Paul, I believe we have some sound. She took the stand. Let's listen.
She came toward the door and ended up bumping into where I was standing and grabbed for me. And I froze, and she kind of patted me a little bit and said, "What the hell are you doing here?" And it sounded like her mad voice. And I was afraid of a confrontation, and I kind of dashed into the hall, and then she chased me.
Did you go into Carol Mitchell's bedroom to harm her in any way?
Oh, no.
And Andrew, there had been some testimony that that's what the stepmother believed, that Carol had come not just to take stuff, but that she was scared that Carol was there to hurt her. The stepmom basically got the full estate when the dad had passed, the husband had passed about a year earlier, and there was some, at least she believed that the senator was after her money, some paperwork, perhaps there to hurt her, and that soundbite there from on the witness stand. The senator was on the stand all day today. It was an exhausting day for her. For those of us who are live streaming this trial back here in the Twin Cities, it's that significant. A long day of testimony, and that was her describing the moment her stepmother woke up and she was in the bedroom with her and then was chased down, is how she described it, down into the basement.
So, Paul, lastly, I just have to ask, has she been suspended from her, electoral duties while this is all going on, this trial?
Yeah, there's certainly been calls for her resignation. The governor here, Tim Walz, had suggested she should resign. The Senate leader, her colleague in the Senate, had said if it was her, she would step aside. She's basically been suspended from her party duties. She's not allowed to caucus with the party right now, but she has so far held off on resigning. So she is a member. She's still, the legislature's out of session right now, so she still votes with the Democrats, but she was wiped off of all of her committee assignments, and she doesn't caucus with the party. So she's been a pariah, isolated at the Capitol, but she does still remain a full-fledged senator. Okay. With this gray area of a family dynamic and stuff, I think there were some lawmakers that wanted to kind of let her have her day in court. That is happening. It's unclear right now. We haven't really heard from politicians who've now seen the body camera footage, heard more, of her testimony today. It'll be interesting to see if this ratchets up those calls or makes them louder for her to finally give up her seat. So we'll see. We'll see what a jury does. I would imagine they probably will have the case by the middle of the day Friday. Okay,
Paul, also one more thing. First-degree burglary. Sure. What's she facing punishment-wise? Do we know?
Well, there are maximums, and I don't want to say that because, she has no criminal record whatsoever. What's been interesting, though, what I will say is the defense said even as early as their opening statements in this trial, Andrew, they said, you know what, if she had been charged with trespassing, she would have pled guilty. So like a minor, gross misdemeanor type ticket or something. The family her team had thought this should be handled more as a family matter. Yes, she didn't have permission to be in the house, charge her with trespassing. There had been pressure from the Capitol. She's a lawmaker that she doesn't get preferential treatment. So the thought is the county attorney really went after her hard on these burglary counts. So she is looking at some prison time if convicted. That would come with a conviction. But of course, in Minnesota, a lot of latitude, so those things would be argued out. But certainly it'd be really hard to do her job as a lawmaker with a felony conviction on her record.
All right, Paul Blume there for us at Fox 9 in Minneapolis. Paul, great reporting, as always. Good to see you. Thanks for bringing us the story.
Yeah, good to see you. You bet. Thank you.
Okay, in the meantime here, one final thing. I want to just let you listen to some of that police body camera footage of the moment they encountered and interacted with this Minnesota state senator. Let's watch.
Get on the ground. Hands behind your back. There's some people back to the tempo. That's all, 451.
Carol? Yeah? It's Nicole. It's Nicole?
Oh, come on.
I was just trying to get a hold of my dad's things because he wouldn't talk to me anymore.
I also stole documents out of her house. She's my stepdaughter.
I didn't steal any documents. How did I steal documents?
Nicole, what's your last name?
Mitchell.
You had your aunt Nancy do it.
30 back Route 1015.
No one did anything.
Was there Nicole Mitchell in the house? Stand up. Check it.
No one stole anything here, Carol. I don't have anything on me.
Take her out if you want to talk to her.
Not tonight.
Got anything on you?
No. I have a flashlight. That's it.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, so really just incredible body camera footage there. You saw Nicole Mitchell, the state senator there, dressed in all black with a black cap in her stepmother's home there. So we'll just have to wait and see how this all pans out as the trial, according to Paul Blume, he thinks will wrap up by week's end. So had to get that in there. Over live, as you see, Minneapolis.